Today we are kayaking on the northernmost point of the Abel Tasman National Park.
This morning we are heading to Tata Beach, which is not only a stunning golden sand beach in Golden Bay, but it's also the base of Golden Bay Kayaks. We are meeting our guide Tony, who is gearing us up with some awesome kayaks and paddles ready to hit the water.
For this tour, we are going to be jumping on a double kayak. This is a true test of Laura and I's relationship. The person on the back has to kind of direct the kayak and kind of set the pace, while the person in the front has to give direction and say where they want to go, as well as paddle in a very even manner so the one on the back can follow the pattern, so we can be in sync at all time. This takes a bit of time to get used to.
In this tour we're exploring the northern end of the Abel Tasman National Park, which is far less explored than the southern end. Not many people think to come up here, but actually, as we're seeing today, there is a hell of a lot to see.
The two shag colonies here are the two largest colonies of shag in New Zealand. There is two different species, and this is the best season to come to check them out. The baby shags have hatched a few months ago, and they've been fed by the parents since then. Now is the time of the year where they take their first flight. Once they take off from those rocks, flying is going to be the main means of transportation until they die. It is such an incredible time of their life, and it feels amazing to be able to be here and witness that. So needless to say that with two massive colonies nearby, there are birds flying all around us at all time.
We don't know whether we're more impressed by the shag colonies or by the rock formations that they're actually nesting on. The coast around here is so rugged and made up of these real sharp granite formations.
Despite being a bit of a grim, cloudy day, the water is turquoise, placid, see-through. It looks like a paradise. It's super easy to kayak on. It's like a cruise. We're gliding along the water, paddling here and there, but mostly it's a breeze. Although there are a few rock formations challenging us a little bit, it just comes down to taking a bit of time to get away from the rock and look at them from afar. We cannot stop looking at those rocks. They are stunning, and the massive amount of birds on them is just making them even more interesting.
Our guide Tony is super knowledgeable about everything along this coastline, and the really cool thing about this tour as well is that Tony is open for what we want to do as well, so it kind of feels a bit like freedom kayak hire but with the knowledge of a guide. And then we approach the hole in the rock, which is not just one hole, it's actually two holes in the rock. It is so awesome to kayak through that we insist on kayaking through it on the way back as well.
Tony informs us that this is going to be the turning point of our tour. We have been going southbound from there, and now we are turning around and going back north to Tata Beach, where we started our tour. On the way back, he takes the time to tell us more about the Abel Tasman National Park, which is probably one of the most famous national parks in New Zealand. And Laura and I are stoked to have taken the time to explore it from this area. However, all those explanations have been cut short as we arrived nearby a seal colony. We didn't see it on the way in, as we did paddle a little bit out to sea to the outer rocks to check out the shag colonies. It's such a great surprise to check out seals on the way back. We did not expect that and thought that the way back would be just as linear as the way in.
Golden Bay keeps on surprising us with the amount of things there is to see here. And although we've been here for about 5 days now, we are going to be leaving the Golden Bay area still without having done everything here. Sadly, our excursion to Golden Bay has come to an end, and we are hopping back into the camper van to go back over Takaka Hill for the very last time as we head to the other more popular side of Abel Tasman National Park.
But tomorrow we're heading to the more rugged Kayaking National Park for a one-day excursion to the Wiwaka Resurgence. We'll be back to the Abel Tasman National Park the very next day. We actually even can see the baby, the shaggy, I guess, like so there's a little shaggy. That is terrible singing, Robin. Oh god. Anyway, so you can see the little shag